Cam Rizzle. There you go, right there, Camron. And I've been a fan of Cam for mad years because he started doing the raps with Dipset in the '90s. Well, I think that was like early 2000s. He had a couple of songs out. One at least before that I think I heard of. And now he doing his thing in the podcast space, which is like really great for him because he's like successful as hell with that. It's really good because the podcast space is shit. That's why you watching my video right now. We podcasters today. So welcome to the show. My name is Yusef Two Times. I do rap, I do music, I do movies. I'm an all-around boss. I just got the trademark for my new name, Selfmadeology. That's my album cover name too. So if you see my album and you want to listen to it, it's called Selfmadeology because you self-made just like me. So anyway, man, I saw Breakfast Club this morning, and I was kind of disappointed because I saw Camron driving reckless at Dame. And I ain't saying that people stay friends forever, but I look at it like it's the level of what somebody has done for you. And you know, so I'm not saying that they can't do no wrong, but if somebody did a lot for you, then you should probably pull up off of them as far as having venom and just fade up off of them. You ain't got to be around them. You ain't got to hang with them. You ain't got to talk to them every day, but you definitely ain't got to diss them on the fucking internet. It's like, damn, what the fuck? How tight are we as friends if it's so easy for you to just throw me under the bus on the internet? And it's like, that's the one thing about Cam that I think is a little bogus. It's like, damn, nigga, you just throw your boy straight under the rocks as soon as y'all don't see eye to eye. And that's like, you know, he by his own admission say Dame did a lot for me. But, you know, and then I kind of understand it from his perspective too, because if you got a brand and you don't really want people to say negative stuff about your brand, you want your brand to be something with kind of respectability about it, because that's how you make money. You know what I'm saying? But it kind of, to me, shows you what true friendship is all about. So Cam made it now. He got his money. He's successful. He did what he wanted to do. He set out his goals and he was able to accomplish them. So now the first person on the totem pole to get chopped down is his bro and the guy who was looking out for him when he didn't have that success, when he didn't have to come up yet. So now he throwing Cam under the bus. And it's almost like, why? You know, just go get your money, do what you're saying. You got 10 million over here, 3-4 million over there. Like, why the fuck you care about what Camron, what Dame Dash doing? But it goes back to that hate that motherfuckers be having in their heart. And then when they finally get a chance to say something or do something, they do it. And Dame probably was looking out for him on some little brother shit. Like, nigga, I got you, man. Just come on, whatever. That's what it's doing. I'm gonna hook you up. I'm gonna look out for you. You supposed to turn the favor back. You know, I guess niggas is so soft and goofy that he don't feel like he got to turn the favor back to Dame, because he's supposed to be like running with Jay-Z. If you're going to be in Jay-Z face, then that's what's going to make you have a little bit more, you know, people fucking with you more. But to me, it's like, damn, nigga, you Dame, no respect. You just gonna walk away from the nigga and just run to the hills like he ain't shit. You say yourself he looked out for you. He got you out for record deals. He got you on a record deal with Rockefeller. And then from your own admission, you sabotaged everything by getting on the radio and talking about a conversation y'all had privately. You said that shit yourself. Like, it's like, damn, you admitting to you fucking was the faulty guy in the crew. And then now you finally come up and then you saying, oh man, he ain't shit, man. Man, fuck what he was doing. What's up, Emily? And it's like, bro, that's not what the fuck you were saying, man. But I get it. You know, as soon as somebody get money, they're gonna act a certain way. And that's really why a lot of people got issues with Dame Dash, because in their opinion that when he got the money, he was acting a certain way. And so they was like, yo, you rich and you throwing shit in my face and you disrespecting me and you calling me out. I'm trying to make my money live over here, and you big rich Dame Dash, and you just playing me any kind of way you want to play. So now when they got there, when they got to come up, now it's like, nigga, it's back on you. And so who I'm gonna diss? You. Yeah, you can't take care of your son. Yeah, your son tried to borrow money from me. Yeah, your son tried to borrow money from one of our homies. And it's like he dissing the shit out of Dame. It's like, damn. But it show you that, you know, when you up, you know, can you treat people perfect? I think that when you up, it don't matter how people perceive you. If they don't have the money, they're not gonna think you treat them right. They're going to think that something can go wrong or something is going wrong, and they just going to hold on to it. But it's even sometimes people who have money who hate on you, even though you might not have the money. They'll be mad as hell just the way you handle yourself, or the fact that money is not something that make you tick or make you go crazy. You just a regular person who cares about money. So people are different, and money is a big element in people's personalities. But when you see somebody like Dame Dash and Camron, who by their own admission, they grew up together, and Cam said he had known him since he was 10 years old. So he probably about like 8, 9 years older than Cam. But he didn't know he was gonna ever get to that plateau where he's above Dame Dash financially, because Dame Dash was like $100 million man. But you see how time changing and personality switch, and now everybody don't like Dame Dash because he's not down with Jay-Z, and Jay-Z refused to talk to Dame Dash. You got the cold shoulder effect, and so now it just look like Dame is just this walking pariah that nobody can fuck with. So then here's the question: are these your friends? Should Dame have been so loyal to them over the years? Should Dame have put all of that time in, worked, spoke on the behalf of Jay-Z, did his job, and just so he could turn cold on you and act like this one moment that Camron did? Camron went on a radio station and said all that shit. I appreciate you, Joe. So it's like, that's crazy how he went and put himself out there like that. But now Cameron is rich. And he don't have to look at Dame Dash in no regard. It's like, hey man, I don't care about you no more, man. Thanks for what you did. I may have messed up the relationship with you and Jay-Z back then, but it happened. So what, man? I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. And then in a lot of ways, I can't really blame Dame Dash. Cameron, the way Jay-Z and Dame Dash situation fell out, because Jay turned his back on Cameron, on Dame Dash so hard. So it almost looked like he already had this feeling harboring in his heart the whole time that he just couldn't express. Obviously, we see Jay-Z don't necessarily go out and talk. He's very quiet and very calculated, but he probably had this angry feeling about Dame Dash the whole time. And then when you see the thing pop out with Cameron getting on the radio station saying something about they want to be the vice president of the radio show of the record company, well, now all of a sudden that's the camel that broke the straw. It's like, you know what? That's it. That's the straw that broke the camel back. That's it. No, we're not dealing with Dame no more. Cut him off. Okay, so fine. That was a bad afternoon. That was a bad moment. That was a bad conversation. Now you go 15, 20, 25 years into the future, and Jay still don't talk to this guy. Jay still ain't got no friendship with Dame Dash. It's like, damn, man, what did Dame do? Did he freak your girl? Did he steal your money? Did he slap your wife? Like, what the fuck did he actually do? You know, hey, we unfroze. Yay. Sometimes it'll freeze and it'll shut me all the way out. But I just don't agree with the way they treat Dame Dash, especially if you came up off of him. So I look at them as, excuse my language, bitch ass niggas. That's how I see them. They goof. Porque hizo la hija del millonario. I think that's millionaire. You're talking about me right there. So I just I just don't understand why they do so much trying to diss Dame Dash when they was all coming up off of him and making sure they were succeeding. But the people are stepping stone guys, so they'll step over your back and keep moving. They'll step through you and keep it going. But really, a person like Dame Dash don't have to worry, because if that many guys have come together to hate on you or be mad at you, that's just proof that they bitch ass guys, that they weak, that they can't do it. Dame did all that shit with no help. Dame did all that shit, and Jay was the singer. Jay-Z was the rapper. He was on stage making music. So why would you be dissing Dame today when he built this thing on his own? See, it's like a lot of people might not know how it all played out, because obviously you're not in a clique, we're not in a friendship. But we watched it play out on the internet, on TV. We saw how Dame Dash was making moves. We saw how a lot of stuff made that want us to pay attention to them, because it was more than just Jay-Z. It was Jay-Z and Dame. So then all of a sudden, Jay don't like him no more, and people chose what they chose. But it shows you that there's so many people in the world that people will choose even against their own downfall, because there was a lot of artists that were signed to Rockefeller at the time, and when Jay-Z left them, they asked the question, who y'all want to ride with? And a lot of the guys said, we riding with Jay-Z. But Jay-Z wasn't even fucking with them. Jay-Z wasn't even from their state. He's from fucking New York. So he went back to New York, got with his wife, and lived his life. And Dame Dash, being from New York, but at least he was connected to them guys, they was like, didn't nobody want to fuck with Dame. They was like, we're turning our back on Dame Dash. And all of them turned their back on him. So now you look back, and Dame Dash ain't got nobody to turn to, and none of them guys do either. Even Beanie Siegel is selling in a food truck on the streets of Philadelphia. No more music, no more branding. It's just really crazy how that turned out, man. We got One Love saying what's up, and Galito saying Tonto. I don't know if he says his mommy somewhere around here, but we're gonna let him do his thing. But I just don't understand why they would diss Dame so hard if they supposed to be bosses like him, if everybody was building up and everybody trying to get something going. Why would they diss Dame so succinctly like that? I just don't understand it. You know what I mean? But what's that, man?
There's a package on the front porch.
It just came.
Yeah.
I was just up there like fucking 10 minutes ago. So I just don't understand why they would put Dame through such a bullshit situation if they were all brothers. But it show you that money can change things. But Dame can redeem itself by just going out and hustling, by just going out and building something new. He'll redeem himself. This the internet times. This ain't the old times. This ain't, see, think about it. Jay-Z and them are going through other companies to get support. They going through that guy, this girl, that man. And they put money into their projects, and that's how they able to put the new thing out or promote the new thing, or we doing the Super Bowl. This other people's shit. Dame Dash is a creator who creates his own thing. So you create your own thing. You push it right here on the internet. Push it. Then it start getting legs. Then all of a sudden you got a thing that's around. People already know your brand. It could be about business. It could be about credit. It could be about success, music, money. Whatever you do, it don't matter because people already know your brand. So I would say just get back in tune with creating and putting something out there, and you'll be able to plateau over those guys in minutes because everything flips. A lot of times in the world, we don't understand the flip-flopper world. Things change. Things turn around. Every single day that we on this planet, there's a night and a day. Every single time that me and you are both on this planet, there's a sleep and then there's an awake. Everything changes. Nothing stays the same. There's a sun and then there's a moon. Think about that. You got the dry part and you got the big ass ocean. Everything is switching. Everything is changing. So if you get comfortable thinking it's going to be the way it was yesterday, you mistaken yourself. It's all going to switch. It was a time when I wasn't even able to talk to you people like this. If I was talking like this, my brothers and sisters would say, shut up. You talk too much. I'm tired of hearing you talking. And it'd be like, well, fuck, I need a place like the internet so I can go talk all night long and nobody get uncomfortable and nobody get bothered. Matter of fact, you not only so much get bothered, you become a subscriber and a follower and you like the damn video. So why is it like that? Because I'm not the only person that enjoys talking. It's millions and billions of people out here that talk. And matter of fact, they got a word for it called podcasting, which is what you're watching right now. So the whole point is that by putting yourself out there and doing what you do, you can make a fall. You can crawl. You can go up and then hit the ground. You can try to do something and then it don't work. You can be with a crew and then they'll stop liking you. You could be down with some team and then all of a sudden you're on the outside of a team. So it's like, okay, cool, big deal. We got to still keep pushing. That don't mean nothing. Okay, cool. Y'all used to be my homies. Now you're not. Now I'm going to go over here and push. And that's just what you do. Even if you just got to use your family, what you hear Dame Dash speak about a lot of times, his family. And I know a lot of people say, oh, his personality and your personality and the way your personality. Okay, fine. Then this is a big world. If there's 8 billion people on the planet, I don't think you have to be around people who personalities you don't like. If you, as soon as you don't like somebody's personality, you can go in the other direction and go, there's a front of us and the back of us. Just show your back and get the hell on up out of Dodge. You don't have to necessarily be locked in with somebody, around people, or around somebody who you don't like. If their personality is not your vibe, if their words not your vibe, if they look the way you don't like them to look, all this is called your business. That's your choice. You can go out there and go find people that do it exactly like you want them to do it, and you can be happy. But this is where you don't have to be uncomfortable about being inside a clique, or being inside a crew, or being inside a bunch of guys or girls, and they just don't rock with you no more, or people just start losing the vibe. Even family, even if it was family, and then all of a sudden y'all was tight, and then all of a sudden y'all not tight, big fucking deal. You know, you on this earth too. So I don't like how all that whole gang up shit is going on, where they just try to gang up on Dame and be like, he ain't shit. I would seem like, to me, be more doper if motherfuckers say, look, nigga, you did do what you did. We're going to give you a little something of what we got, and you get the fuck on. We ain't got to rock with you no more. We just, that's it. We agree to disagree to be crew. We agree to disagree to be down. We agree to disagree to be in each other's face. What's wrong with that? So when Dame can't hear back from Jay-Z for decades and years and 20 years going down the line, and Jay-Z just refused to speak to him, that's just a part of the game. And you just got to take that on the chin and be like, hey, that was my homie for a minute, and now we ain't homies no more. We got good memories and move on, because, again, it's so big in the world. This world is fucking huge. There's so much you could be doing. I have many friends who I knew as I was growing up, and then you think you know them when you're old in life, and you really barely even talk to them maybe once every 5 years. It's not even like once a year. But that don't mean you diss them or you hate them. It's just that times move on. We all got different things that keep us busy or keep us, if you got a job or if you're an entrepreneur, it's going to be two different lifestyles. I'm not standing around doing the same thing you're doing. You're not standing around doing the same thing I'm doing. So we all going to be busy raising our kids. Some people don't even have kids. So it's just so much stuff happening where you're not going to be doing the same thing with your friends, completing the same goals, but you will be able to get things done if you have a focus. And we all know that Dame Dash got a strong focus. We know that Dame Dash was able to make a lot of money from what he was doing as far as being a musician. I mean, being a manager and a CEO. He was just with the wrong crew. And, we all know that he got fired with Jay. wasn't able to really redeem himself with that record company. But I believe if Dame would have stayed in the record business, he probably would have been able to make moves. You know, what's up, Roblaxian? You know, they kind of make it seem like Jay-Z and them got so much power in the music industry and people won't be able to make moves or get no headway because of those guys still being the leaders of those particular areas they're in. But you know, maybe that's true, and then maybe it's not. Maybe it's the truth is that if you come out here and connect with the right youth and connect with the right creators, you'll be able to get the same amount of respectability that Jay-Z got, whoever is the artist today. Because think about it, Kanye West wasn't a billionaire before he got to hooking up with Jay-Z, and after he hooked up with Jay-Z, he's still a billionaire. Why? Because he don't need Jay-Z. He don't need him. He was just a person who he met along the way. They did a project together. Now that's it. Now I'm gonna go and fucking do my own thing, and I see your ass around because I don't need you just like you don't need me. Now it's cool if we can work together. It's cool if we can build something and we can continue to come back to it. But technically, I don't need you, and you don't need me. I mean, think about it. Kanye West make his own damn beats. You know he don't need Jay-Z. And Jay-Z write his lyrics without even fucking writing them down. You know he definitely don't really need Kanye. So it was a collaboration effort. But after they collab, and you know, like I said, then they want to do it another time, and Kanye like, I ain't fucking with him no more. And Jay-Z like, okay, well, cool, we ain't doing it no more. And then they never did another Watch the Throne. So they only did it one time, and that was a good collaboration. But then that's it. So Dame Dash don't really need those guys. He don't need those friendships. And you know Jay-Z don't need him because Jay-Z got family, he got kids, he got, you know, he's a billion-dollar guy. So it's time for him and Dame to kind of like sever their ties and just stay separate forever now. You know what I'm saying? But we already know that Jay feel like that he would never talk to Dame Dash ever again for whatever Dame did. He'll never tell us. But to me, he looked really weak because we saw you use Dame Dash when he was beneficial to you. And as soon as he stopped being beneficial, you shut him down. So then that means what? Y'all wasn't really friends. Or Dame Dash was your friend, but you wasn't his friend, which is okay too. You know what I'm saying? Because when a person act like the way they act, that's not a reflection of you. That's a reflection of them. You can't control their actions. You can't control why or who they are. But a person would make it seem like that's a reflection of you, but it's not because that's their life. However they want to act towards you, however they want to feel, if they like you, if you're in the in crowd with them, if you're down with them, it's technically their choice. They don't have to like you and be on your friend, but you shouldn't dislike yourself because somebody else not rocking with you. You should have to make sure you keep pushing. We know Dame got the personality that he will keep pushing no matter what. You know, it's just sad that his homies had the pariah jacket to put on him and make it seem like he didn't do no real impact like we all know he definitely did. So y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about Camron dissing Dame, putting all this drama out here in between Jay-Z and Dame, making them have this kind of not so cool relationship no more. What you think? Hit me up in the comment section. I appreciate y'all guys watching the show, even on the right back, on the playback when you watch it. And also, thank you for the comments. Y'all rocking with Yusef Two Times. The brand is Selfmadeology. That's my brand. I appreciate you guys.